But here is yet another adding to the channel, and this is Q&A of the whole thing. Yeah. So let's see. So the first question is, what happened to many of the episodes and videos that were posted from the past 3 or 4 seasons of the Kal Kat Show on the Kal Kat Show channel? Where did they go? Were they banned or something and taken off? They were not banned. They were taken off because the other group we was working with, they decided to do their own thing. So they were removed because the family videos on location, that is, the journal, was decided that it was too embarrassing, too many of them, even though it wasn't. I didn't think it was embarrassing, but they didn't want to be in it, so off they went. That was the answer. So, yes, so let's see what. Okay, how about Kal Kat? Okay, when you say in your tagline, when you say the Kal Kat Show are failed child stars, what does that actually mean? What is that? They're not child stars. Kal Kat and Mark's Cards were doing audio tapes. That is me and Mark's Cards, and several of our friends in high school, and we would also do role-playing games and stuff. If we were famous at all, it was only in high school, and maybe a little bit of college, and only there. So that became on location. So and the KTS. So we were not child stars. It's just a joke because we're like too old to be kids, but we're acting like children. Yeah, that's all it is. Yeah. So let's see what else. Will you ever do a sequel to Star Crackers, The Sphere of Influence? It took us 15 years to do that. We've wanted to do more of those, or a remake or something, but we don't know enough people, really. The other characters from On Location that left, the other ones have gone on and married and had children and stuff, and they don't want to be in it. And it's like yeah, we'd love to do another one, but getting a cast is kind of a problem. And others from the newspaper, the Spartan Daily, they moved away, and so they're not going to be in it. There's going to be, the only way there's going to be any more Star Crackers is storybooks, books, novel form, Kindles. Those are in the works, as well as Distant Destinies, a science fiction book, also coming back in the works, Kindles. But yeah, Star Crackers is not coming back in TV form unless there's a cast all of a sudden. And it's probably not going to happen in the foreseeable future. It's just not going to happen. But it was a fun experience doing it that one time. I would like to just get Mark's Cards and Tim and Jim Ticon, all of us together, and have some kind of a crazy movie. It'd be just to do another one of something else. It would be great to get the whole cast together, just do that, like a reunion thing, you know. But it hasn't happened yet. I tried it last year. Nobody was interested. We did get Jim Ticon in the studio, and couldn't get Tim. But yeah, that was interesting. Studio. So yeah, it could happen eventually, but not in series form. Here's a good one. So, in the 90s, you created a comic book called Captain Estrogen, and attempted to make more comic books based on your other comic book goofy stuff and your Star Trek PL parodies and stuff. So you attempted to make a comic book remake of that after going to the Big Wow 2 years ago. What happened? Oh boy. Yeah, I in the 90s, 92 about, I did a comic strip for the Evergreen Flyer called Captain Estrogen. It was basically a spoof riff parody of another guy's work that he was doing, where he was drawing this sexist man character. It was kind of like J Muse kind of like an early J Muse from Kevin Smith before J Muse. I don't know how he channeled that, but he did. Maybe he saw Clerks. Yeah, probably. That's probably where he's getting it from. Anyway, but it was before Clerks, so it couldn't have been. No, it was like maybe, I don't know. Grunge look, I guess is what he's looking for. Grunge guy. So I decided I was going to do a lizard guy based on Esto. Now, Esto was a mispronunciation of a character from the James Blish book, A Case of Conscience, which is a sci-fi book about a planet of lizard people that believe in a tree god. And this priest goes to the planet and he exorcises the planet, and somehow it blows the planet to bits. It's a very strange James Blish book, and he's one of the Star Trek writers. So I thought it would be funny. It was Star Trek novel writers. I thought it would be funny back in the late 80s, the early 90s, to have this cartoon character who would draw him best lizard, and he would be in the Star Trek stories that parodied Mark's Cards and I did, and he was horny, and he was sexually oversexed, and he would go around being horny. And the joke was that Lieutenant Yar, after doing Data, decided to do him too, even though it was a year or two. He goes back to the 80s. So this comic book comes out in like years later. It's like 92. It's like completely irrelevant to Next Generation at that point. Yar is long dead. Here comes Lizard Dude again. Here's Esto. So it was an in-joke that didn't make sense at all. And the comic book, therefore, didn't make sense at all. So it was spoofing that, but in a new context. So he was like, he was completely sexist, and he had didn't appreciate like beauty and stuff, and he just wanted to walk around and rip people off on a planet and stuff. And so, yeah, he would be a funny sort of, almost like Howard the Duck, but Dirty Duck crossed together, but a lizard. And he comes out and he's like, and the joke is that he's also apparently so dumb that he doesn't know that estrogen and testosterone are two different things. So he calls himself estrogen because he figures that's the male hormone, even though he didn't ask anybody that it wasn't. It's a female hormone. So everybody's like snickering at him and like, you got the wrong phrase, buddy. But he doesn't care. So he was not necessarily a gay character. He was sort of just confused about his name. He clearly liked women. So, but he, yeah, and I thought, I'll reinvent him. So I decided to reinvent him after going to Big Wow and thinking like, oh yeah, I can totally draw a comic book. Yeah, because I'm prolific with everything else and I draw pictures. It's not the same thing. Apparently, because I'm so detail oriented with pictures and writing a story or assembling a story and editing it, I can't do a comic book. I try to make every little panel in the comic book perfect and like overdo it and like little scales on them and stuff. I'm like, after about 3 months on one panel, one page out of this attempt to make a Captain Estrogen, it looked like a regular show, even though I hadn't seen it at that point, and it didn't look very good. And so I kept one of the panel things though. One of the clip gags was Esto ripping his shirt off and going, "Galaxy of Meat," and I stuck that on my channel. So on one of my channels is this Captain Estrogen going, "Rah!" ripping his shirt off, like just rippling muscles coming out. Very homoerotic. It's hilarious. So yes, Captain Estrogen is Captain Testosterone now, or something. But no, he's just a big lizard. So yeah, that's the only panel that you'll ever see is the one on the channel. It's a little channel icon now. So Captain Estrogen. Unless they decide to do a web comic at some point. Yeah, maybe we can do that. Like make little lizard figures and have them run around. It could happen. See that. But yeah, drawing a panel comic really hard. Yeah. Although wouldn't Starcrackers and Distant Destinies make an awesome graphic novel? I think get somebody else to draw it for me. Because I'd be drawing every face, every ship, every line on the ship. Like Mark's cards, he'll do a Florid story where he's doing every detail just to get to the mothership. And so he does every detail when he's writing, and I do every detail when I'm drawing. It's weird. So I would go to his, like, he'd just say, oh, just draw it like your regular show. Just splatter it on the page. That's fine. Or I would say that about a story. I would go like, okay, this story with this long, florid, like 16 paragraph thing, make it one paragraph. Get the ship down on the planet. Oh. I didn't think of that. I've narrowed it down a little bit. Of course, then there's accidental leaving transitions out. But yeah, I've written a lot more stuff than he has over the years. Yeah, and currently Distant Destinies book 6. How many channels are there? Ooh. Well, because Google and Blogger, Kal Kat channels, because Google and Blogger bought each other around 2012 or so, and screwed up everything and put some of my diaries online, right? That I had to delete. I have 3 apparently active channels, and that goes for the Google Blogger, so technically 6, but it's 3. There's On Location Cat, K-A-T, and there's actually maybe I have 4 technically. 4, yeah, but the other one doesn't have videos. I don't think. No, maybe it does, but very few. There's technically 4. So there's Weird Kitty 07, On Location Cat, Star Trek Chimera, and Star Trek Chimera 823, 82405, 82405, and the third one, which is the Freelance Kitty 14, which was indirectly going to be Dad's YouTube, but he never had it, so I took it. No, he never had a YouTube, so that's the other one. That's the Food for Thought one. And what is Food for Thought? Well, that was just something that he thought would be clever. Food for Thought. See, but apparently everybody thought of that, so I had to change it to Freelance Kitty 14. That's not very interesting. Also, I have a couple of WordPresses, and I don't put anything on them. Yeah, no word. Very little on there. Most of the videos appear to be On Location Cat, and he is the cat. That is also the other blogger, but actually, Weird Kitty 07 is the one that has the movie reviews and editorials and the location other stuff. The Location Cat's Google has the Star Trek Chimera official, some of that other stuff. So it's all mixed up, just in case anybody tries to screw with it again, like they did in 2013, and make half of it go away. So I have like backup ones. Freelance Kitty is not technically a backup one, so there's only like 1 or 2 things on there, short videos. So we try to keep that off the radar. But yeah, so we don't use that one. We got 230 videos on Location Cat, and this one only has 40 some, so I add more. Chimera has less, but it's going to have the movie Star Trek Chimera. Yes, that's another question. Will Star Trek Chimera be coming out at all? Well, fan films takes a while. We didn't want to just release half of it, put it online, and say, oh, look, it's going to get done eventually, like so many others have done. So we said, okay, we're going to finish it first, then put it online. Well, they're just started production again, so doing it again, so it's going to get done. And it looks like we've moved it up 3 or 4 months, because we moved back 3 or 4 months. Hiatus. Looks like January or February 2016 for the 50th anniversary. Looks like that's when it's going to be. It's probably not going to be a series of webisodes as we anticipated. It's taking too long. Even though Mark's Card says, oh no, we don't want to rush it. It's like, we haven't been rushing it because it's been years and years. But yes, it will be out. Yes, yes, Brian is in it. Yes. So, oh yeah, so there you go. The Chimera is coming. Chimera is coming. It's coming. Ah. Yes. So okay, the other after the guys, after the other on location, the other family members left, the SAP people left. What did they do? What are they doing now? I mean, they must have gone on and had like channels with epic, awesomeness and whatnot. Actually, we've been griping about that since then. They haven't. They have. They've been on Vine and some of the other ones, and they've done very little on YouTube. There is the middle one, Pop, I should say, Pop. He has done some skating videos and parkour videos and stuff like that, tricking videos, biking, BMXing, but his channel is he didn't have as many videos, and they're shorter, like little trick videos. So yeah, he's the only one that's doing anything. Sparkle, Alex is not doing it. Sparkle has 2 channels. They've been sitting there languishing. They got her real name, which is not a good idea, and they have music videos, old ones from concerts, done on an iPhone, and they're screeching hard. Oh my goodness! If the audio had been better, it would have been, But they have a lot of views, but only because it's like a Miley Cyrus concert, or it's Britney Spears concert or something. So it's like, that's the only reason anybody's watching it, is they think it's something cool, and they click on it, and it's screeching. Like, at least say it's a spoof or something. But yeah, there should be more of that. Totally, this should be everywhere. It's like, yeah, why not do more of it? If you wanted to go on and be famous, where's the deal? Where is it? Kal Kat Show, meanwhile, rises in popularity. 7 seasons and going. It's not really that bizarre. It really isn't. It's like, oh my gosh, you do cat videos and dumb song parodies and stuff, and it's like, doesn't it embarrass you? It embarrasses us. I was like, no. Everybody does it. Like the goofiest video on YouTube is the most popular video on YouTube. It's called "What Did the Fox Say?" That thing is that group that did that. It's got 560 million views. That's freaking ridiculous. And yet it's a completely non sequitur nonsense video about like the fox that says something. Yang 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 yang. So that's the fox. So I can have videos like that. Why not? Like, nothing wrong with that at all. And yes, more music videos and stuff. More parody. There's a question. Why haven't I done any more music videos? I haven't done any lately. Actually, I've seen some of the. This is another glut in the. This is another time period in which the pop music isn't as funny. It happened way back when we started out in 2009. And then 2010, along comes Eminem returns and Lady Gaga returns, and this new person, Lady Gaga. and it was like all this other stuff, and it was this like this resurgence of pop songs with awesome pop people. You know, like Katy Perry and that kind of stuff. And we're like, wow, this is amazing. It was in Justin Bieber and all those people, and they came about, and we're all like, oh, we got to do parodies of all this stuff. And then so I did, and yeah, it turned out that it kind of went by the wayside after a while. And then I put up some of my Dirty Disney parodies too, and you can see those on the Freelance Kitty channel. They're back, so you want to go over there, look them up. But yeah. So that's for the other stuff. But it's like the song parodies, you know, like we didn't really have anything to work with last year. So Frozen, you know, we did a Frozen one, and we just did some covers and stuff of like Clint Cowpoke doing a sort of spoofy Nashville Dixie thing, which is weird because Nashville and Dixie are nowhere near each other, but Dixieland, that's Louisiana and Georgia, but apparently Cowpoke thought that was Nashville. Okay. But anyway, he did it, so he did that concert thing. That was funny. But, and some, the Jackass theme, he tried to do that again. Failed, of course. Of course he's gonna fail. But, the Dukes of Hazzard alternate theme. And for the New Year special, we did the Pippin song from the Lord of the Rings. But we really didn't do any spoofs except for the Frozen one, which Clint Cowpoke sung "Gotta Go." In which he actually ripped that off. There was somebody else did that very same video, but it was this kid, and she's like, well, okay, fine, whatever. Gotta go, he's sticking it out his butt. Yeah, okay. Clint Cowpoke taking a dump on the air. Yeah. A little strange, but he did it. Well, he didn't really take a dump, but pretended to. But yeah. Let me see here. Boy. Okay, now questions and answers. Where this is going, I guess you could split it up into little